Okay, this is going to be a very important interview, I can tell. With all the technology out there, consumer privacy can often come into question. So here to help break it down for us is the president of Wilsey Asset Management, Brent Wilsey. Brent, good morning.
Well, good morning, Jason.
Always great to see you.
Good to be here.
I sat down here and you started scaring me right away.
Well, I got scared too because we're always looking for businesses for a portfolio. And I stumbled across this and found out that there's companies out there that are tracking us. It's like, you know that song, Someone's Watching You?
Yeah.
There really is. When we talk about this cloud thing, there is so much data in the cloud. I mean, actually in 2018, Jason, more data was accumulated the entire history of humanity.
In that 1 year, just last year.
Just last year.
So it'll probably pick up even more this year.
Yeah, it probably will, and it's going to keep going and going. And the thing that we don't realize, how easy to get the data. I mean, weather app on your phone. The weather app is tracking you. It knows where you're at. It's just a weather app. It's amazing. There's a company out in New York called Teos Group out of New York. They track 500 million cell phones worldwide and the apps on those phones. And all that data is just being used to collect what you're doing. And what's even worse, Jason, is all this data can be sold. You can buy all this data about people for $100,000 to $200,000 or small parts of it for $5,000 to $10,000. When I was reading this, I didn't buy the companies, but I got kind of afraid that this is frightening what's going on here.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because when you get into a new app and it says it wants to be allowed to track where you are. That's part of it, but it's also swiping cards, like you were telling me during the break.
Yeah. So you swipe your credit card. They know where you're at, what you purchased, what you did. All goes in the cloud. And also a company out of Palo Alto, California, called Orbital. They have drones in the air, satellites, balloons, taking pictures. You can put all this stuff together. I mean, a company now can actually track when you're in the store, what you purchased, when you left, when you went home, when you went to sleep, and actually when you got up, and maybe even now put all the data together, what you ate for breakfast. I mean, it's frightening.
It really is. So what can we do to protect ourselves?
Well, a couple of things. One, we do need some laws for privacy laws because the laws are not keeping up with this. But there are a few things you can do. I mean, one, there's no law that says you have to have your phone on all day. Now, maybe it's switch to a flip phone or something, but I don't keep my phone on all day anymore. I turn it off and only put it on when I need it. Someone calls me, okay, I'll turn it on a couple hours, I'll get back to them. You can use cash a little bit more. You don't need to swipe your credit card all the time for every purchase. Maybe the bigger purchases, yes, but not all purchases. And then the last one, these Alexases and these Google Homes and stuff, wow, they're so convenient, so nice. They can hear what you're doing and they know it. And this is starting to come up a little bit where they've been kind of slipping up and people got conversations sent to the wrong people. The problem is, Jason, the data is out there, and I don't know what they're going to do with it. We always talked about Big Brother. We thought it was going to be the government. It's not the government. No. It is the cloud, and who knows what's going to be done with that data down the road. It's very frightening. I mean, I'm getting scared just thinking about it.
Yeah, right, because this is very valuable information. You can see how somebody would be willing to pay to know a consumer, for example, where they are, what their habits are, their spending habits, what they're buying. You could really target specific groups that way.
And you can actually buy the information and sell it to criminals. I mean, because there's no law on who they can sell it to anybody.
Wow.
And it's just what you have to do, again, is do the things I said. Your phone is actually not a cell phone. It's actually a tracking device. Is you don't have it on all day. Use cash. And again, get rid of those Alexases and Google Homes because they know everything you're doing. And it's not as convenient. Yeah. But that data, that's why the cloud. And again, you ask, what is a cloud? I don't know. It's out there.
Yeah, it's just there.
It is there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great information. Thank you. I got to ask you, Uber went public last week. Did you get in on the IPO?
We did not get on the IPO. We told people not to get on the IPO because we were afraid of it. And sure enough, it was one of the first IPOs in a long time to come out and come below the trading price. Right. So that's not good.
But you do have a principle when it comes to IPOs, right? What is it?
We will not buy IPOs because you don't know what you're getting into and so forth. So,
got it.
Yeah.
All right. Just was asking.
Yep.
Thanks, Brent. All right. Let's shift gears and get a check of the weather. Dave Scott's got a look for us. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, good morning.